So you did the play, and you sang all the notes and remembered your lines, and everybody loved it. And it's over. Oh my god, what now? I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me know if it sounds familiar. So we did our show last night, the alumni cabaret that I mentioned in my previous video, and now it's over, and it was a great time. Everybody in the audience loved it, everybody on stage did their solos really well, and I spent the last week kind of wondering, what are we doing afterwards? Are we gonna have like a cast party at somebody's house? Are we gonna go out to eat? And it turned out the answer to what are we doing, you guys, was nothing. Like half of the people just kind of left after the show, and the other half of the people had to do costumes for the kids' theater camp that's coming up next week. So I kind of maybe might have just planted my butt in the middle of the backstage area for 15 minutes wondering what went wrong and why all direction in my life suddenly ceased. This is the phenomenon commonly known as post-show depression. I've been weary of people calling it that in the past because depression is more than just feeling sad, but this time around I kind of reconsidered, and I'm thinking that maybe there might really be something to it. In that 15 minutes that I spent sitting there just wondering what happened, and the next 15 minutes that I spent in my car sitting there wondering what happened, and the 30-minute drive home that I spent wondering what happened, I realized something. Post-show depression is pretty real, as it turns out, but there are ways that you can help yourself. The first is to realize that your feelings are entirely valid. Closing a show is actually devastating. When you're doing a show, you have both a built-in, ingrained purpose. You know what your goal in life is. You know that your goal is to get up on stage and say your lines and do your parts and perform. And that is what you do. That is the service that you grant to society, and you are so assured of that. You know where you fit in. And secondly, there's a built-in community that loves and supports you. Hopefully. And they're all in the same boat as you. You understand each other on a deeper level that I don't know if it's really possible to get without being in a show. I don't know if non-theater people can really understand that. Of course, they're like different community bonds, but it's different. It's a different kind of community sense, and it brings you together even if you don't really talk that much. A sense of community and a sense of purpose are two of the most important contributing factors to your mental state as a human being, and having them both ripped away at the same time is confusing and upsetting. So yeah, you should feel bad about it. That's okay. It's okay to feel bad about leaving a show, especially if you saw one of your cute castmates on Tinder right afterwards and then nothing really happened with it. Not that occurred. Not to mention that there was a person who could have been there performing with us last night that is no longer existing. When you're out of school, the sense of you really don't know when you're gonna see these people again is all that much greater. So, enjoy those moments that you can get hanging out with the people who love the thing that you love. Divert your attention to something else. Give yourself another goal. If it's available, you can do another show, and it obviously has the benefits of having the same built-in purpose and community as the show before, but sometimes another show is not an option. So I would suggest seeking out a community and a goal in life independent of that. Realize that those two things are very important to have. And obviously obtaining these things is easier said than done. Personally, I know I have my goals, and those are very set in stone, but as far as community, being outside of school, it's really hard to find. Being clubs outside of theater, or if you didn't get cast or not in the role you wanted, still you can be in the tech crew, you can build the set, you can just make relationships with these people that you will be glad that you did later on. So cling on to that community when you can find it. And as far as goals, you can always be an activist for something. For example, like preventing Republicans from murdering 48 million people. Whoops, got political. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Comment, like, and subscribe to all of that stuff, and I'll see you next time.